Good day, sir. We are the Group 5 presenting the video presentation about the crankshaft deflection. And the members is Radin Calabia, Junior Gambito, Franz Andre Napoles, and Clifford Jared Vasquez. So we are the Group 5. So first, what is crankshaft deflection? So crankshaft deflection is a condition that can occur in large marine engines when the crankshaft, which is the main rotating shaft of the engine, becomes bent or deformed. So crankshaft deflection can result from a variety of factors, including wear and tear, and also excessive vibration or damage to the engine. So the deflection of crankshaft can cause a number of problems for the engine, including reduced performance, also the increased fuel consumption, and the increased wear on engine. Components such as the bearing and seals, that is the problems for the engines if we have a deflection of a crankshaft.
So next is when do we do crankshaft deflection? So crankshaft deflection measurement is typically carried out during scheduled maintenance or when engine performance issues are noticed. So the engine performance issues are the reduced performance of our main engine or the increased fuel consumption. So it is an important part of an engine maintenance that helps to identify any issues with the engine's main rotating shaft, including any signs of bending or deformation that could lead to performance problem or failures. So the causes of the bending or deformation of our crankshaft is discussed in the last slides, that is caused by the wearings of our bearing or the load, the excessive engine load. So the frequency of crankshaft deflection measurements may vary depending on the types and size of the engines, as well as the manufacturer's recommendations. In general, it is recommended that crankshaft deflection measurements be carried out at regular intervals, such as during annual inspections or major overhauls, to ensure that the continued safe and reliable operation of the engine. So, next, in what emergency situation should we apply crankshaft deflection? So, crankshaft deflection should be done in an emergency situation on board ship, such as grounding or when the bottom of the ship touches the seabed or surface, a fire or a collision. Also, when there is a restriction on the ship's propeller, making the engine load higher than normal operation, causing the engine to work hard that might lead to crankshaft deflection.
So I am Radin V. Calabia of Brisbane Hereditary Charlie, and I'll be answering the question, where is crankshaft deflection done? So crankshaft deflection measurement is done depending on where is the location of the ship or where the situation happened on sea. Example, if the ship is in the middle of the sea, then the crankshaft deflection will be done in the engine room or where the main engine is located, and if the ship is situated near port or in dry docking area, then it must be done in that certain area.
How is crankshaft deflection done? So the procedure of measuring crankshaft deflection on board a ship is similar to the procedure used on land-based engines. But there are some additional steps and considerations due to the unique operating condition and constraints of a marine environment. So proceeding to crankshaft deflection on board is not really different from crankshaft deflection on land-based engines. So they are totally the same, but on board ship there are more steps or additional precautions, additional safety precautions due to the unique conditions in the ship. Just like, for example, We have to protect the marine environment. We have to prevent oil spills, just like accidents that is necessary to avoid in the ship. So, how is crankshaft deflection done? Crankshaft deflection done is we have to follow a lot of different steps in order to have an efficient operation. For example, for the safety of our crew and for the safety of the property on board. So first we have to do is conduct toolbox meeting. When we say toolbox meeting, we have to talk about the system on how we have to proceed to the job, how we are prepared to do the necessary tasks that has assigned to us. So in toolbox meeting, we have to prepare all the tools, prepare ourselves, prepare the environment, and prepare the place. We have to clean everything in order to have a safe operation. So next is to prepare all the necessary equipment and tools. So that is talk about in toolbox meeting. So this is under the toolbox meeting. And next is isolate the engine and ensure that it is not running or in danger of starting up during the measurement process. So we have to isolate all of the necessary connections to the engine. It's like, for example, the electricity to avoid electrocution, and we have to make sure that the engine is on stop, and we have to avoid that the engine would not start during the working process. We have to ensure that the engine is cold in order to avoid touching the hot surfaces, to avoid injuries, burn. So we have to ensure that it's not running, and remove any necessary parts or components from the engine, such as the cylinder head, cover, or inspection plates, to provide access to the crankshaft. So by performing crankshaft deflection, we have to remove all the necessary components, just like cylinder head, because we have to remove the cylinder head, the cylinder blocks, cylinder liners, in order to access to the crankshaft, because some engines we cannot perform crankshaft deflection without removing all of those components. So we have to remove that is an additional work for us, especially to small engines. So next is set up the dial gauge indicator tool testing stand in a location that provides adequate clearance and visibility of the crankshaft. So we have to ensure that we set up our indicator tool, just like the deflection gauge, crankshaft deflection gauge, to where is it more visible, and let us place it to the proper location. The proper location of the deflection gauge is in between the crankshaft and the crank pin and the piston rod. Crank pin and the connecting rod. So in between, that is where we can put our location of our gauge deflection location properly. So in this area right here, we can see it in our copy, and let us make sure that this is more visible in order to have efficient reading. And next, use a testing stand to support the dial gauge indicator tool and position it against the crankshaft in the appropriate location for the measurement. So we have to use the testing stand in a proper way, not in the odd position. The testing gauge or the crankshaft deflection gauge must be in a proper position. And we have to turn the engine over by using flywheel or using turning gear to rotate the crankshaft to the desired position for the measurement. So in this measurement, we have 5 measuring points. So I have a copy here. So it shows the 5 measuring points. So we have the bottom dead center, the 45 degrees, the top dead center, and the starboard 45 degrees. So by doing it, we can rotate the crankshaft through turning gear slowly, or flywheel turning the flywheel using turning the flywheel manually. So we have to be careful because some instances that we can break the deflection gauge when the connecting rod touches the gauge. So next is record the initial and final dial gauge reading at the specified position, typically top dead center at dead center. So this is the 5 measuring points. So we don't have to we have to set in our mind that reading this deflection is very important, that every measurement is very essential for this operation, because we can determine the deflection of our crankshaft, which very important to deal with the long-term operation of the engine. So this is to avoid the further damage of our engine. So crankshaft deflection is very critical. So we have to calculate the difference between the top dead center dial and bottom dead center dial reading to determine the amount of crankshaft deflection. So this is very important. The documents that we are writing, or we are taking notes of these parameters or these measurements, this is very important, because when we are docking in every place or every port, we assure that some of the companies will audit the papers of our recording data. So we have to make sure that we measure, or we have to take note all of the parameters or measurements in our engine room. Next is, how is crankshaft deflection done? The ship's technical manual and manufacturer's instructions should be consulted for specific guidance on performing crankshaft deflection measurements on board a particular engine or vessel. It is also necessary to have safety precautions or procedures should be followed to minimize the risk of injury or damage to equipment during the testing process. So crankshaft deflection is done. This must be done in a safety way, in a safe way, because losing one engine is not is better than losing one life of our personnel. So everything we have to do during maintenance, during deflection, we have to do it safely.
Next question I'll be answering is, why do we have to do it? So crankshaft deflection measurement is done to ensure that the crankshaft of a marine diesel engine is straight and in proper alignment. Over time, the crankshaft may become bent or misaligned due to various factors such as wear and tear, corrosion, or damage. This can cause vibration, noise, and reduce engine performance, and can ultimately lead to catastrophic failure if not corrected. By keeping the crankshaft in proper alignment, the engine can run smoothly and efficiently, and the risk of unexpected failures is reduced. So that is our answer of all the questions of the reporting, sir. We are the group 5, and thank you for watching.